first specialized membrane is mesosomes. Mesosomes are the enfoldings of the cell membrane, which increases the cell surface area. Cell surface membrane cells, they enfold and make the mesosomes. They are associated with the DNA and during the cell division. So at that time when the cell division is taking place, they facilitate the daughter cells to separate easily when replication takes place, and they also help for formation of the cross walls. So these are the functions of the mesosomes. The other membranes, which are cytoplasmic membranes, these specialized membranes form inside the cell, are the photosynthetic membranes. These are the photosynthetic membrane, as their name shows, present in the photosynthetic bacteria, and these are the tubular tubular membranes or sheet-like membranes, which are sheet-like enfoldings, which are present in the cytoplasm by the cytoplasmic membrane. Enfoldings are there. When the cytoplasmic membrane folds, so they form these membranes, and these membranes are just like the thylakoids membranes, as they are present in the cyanobacteria. Though thylakoid membranes are present in the cyanobacteria, which are the blue-green algae. So these are the just like the thylakoid of the cyanobacteria present in the bacterial cells. These bacterial cells. And the photosynthetic pigments, they consist of bacterial cell, consist of the bacteriochlorophyll, which is a little bit different from the other chlorophyll. So this is the main pigment which help out for the production photosynthetic process. The second structure is the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is that material, the cell material present in the cytoplasm, and these are the underside of the cytoplasmic membrane. Cytoplasm is the membrane, is the boundary of the cytoplasm, which is the cell material present all around the cell, and it is composed of liquid part, which is known as cytosol, a nucleoid region, which is that region in which the nucleus in which the genetic material of the bacterial cell is concentrated, because it does not have a exact nucleus or membrane bound organelles. Their genetic material is just concentrated in one area, which is known as nucleoid region. And this third is the ribosomes. The first component of the cytoplasm is the cytosol. Cytosol is the complex concentrated solution of the organic salts. So this is the liquid part of the cytoplasm, in which inorganic salts, acids, amino acids, proteins, these all the chemical substances are present, and which is exogenous with nitrogenous bases present in them. So these are the all compounds which are present in the cytosol. So this is because these are all the chemical compounds are present, so that cytoplasm this cytosol perform a function is like a chemical environment. And if it is a chemical environment, so it provides an environment for the metabolism activity, metabolic activities, and as well as for the cellular activities. So these are the main important jobs which are done in the cytosol part, cytoplasmic part, which is liquid part having all these organic components. The next part of the cytoplasm is the ribosomes. Ribosomes are the RNA protein bodies. These are present free in the cell, and they are concerned with the protein synthesis. So these are small round structures, which are round bodies like RNA protein bodies present in the cytoplasm freely, and they are concerned with the protein synthesis. And dense particles, they exist in the form of the dense particles. They do not exist separately. When they exist in the dense particle, we can see in the form of polysomes. So the many ribosomes, they combine, grouped together to form the structure known as polysomes. And two subunits. The ribosomes have two subunits. One is 50S and the other one is 30S. The two subunits, which is Swedberg unit, which is sedimentation unit of the different compounds, different organelles. When it is centrifuged, Swedberg unit. So it have two units. One is 50S, one is 30S. RNA and protein concentration is equal in both the units, and smaller then the eukaryotic ribosomes. Eukaryotic ribosome is 80S, and this prokaryotic bacterial ribosome is 70S. which is this is the sedimentation unit, in which when centrifuge the organelles, then we see the ribosome at the place of 70. The next part of the cytoplasm is the nuclei. Nuclei is the bacterial chromosome region, where the bacterial chromosome is present. DNA, which is 5 into 106 base pairs, is present. This is the qualification of the DNA, that it is 5 into 106 base pairs and 1 millimeter in its length. So this is very little this is very fixed concentration of the DNA quantities, that 5 into 106 base pairs and 1 millimeter in length, and it has very little amount of the proteins, and it is primitive type of the nucleus, primitive type of the genetic material, which is known as nucleoid, because it does not have specialized modern type of nucleus. And DNA have the fiber structure. It is present in the form of fibers, which are compressed and grouped together to form the condensed structure, and it shows less stain when it is stained with the different compounds. It shows less stained. And nuclear body region, it is the term which is used for this structure, DNA chromosome structure. We use the terms which is nuclear body region or the nuclear region. So this is the terms which are used for this region, non-nucleus. If we take one example, which is Escherichia coli, a typical bacteria, which example is used for the many genetic studies, all type of bacterial studies. It has the specialized chromosome, which is double ringed DNA structure, DNA molecule, which is the chromosome of the Escherichia coli. The next component of the bacterial cell is the plasmids. Plasmids are the additional rings of the chromosomes of the DNA molecules, and which are in addition to the chromosomal DNA. So they are one extra structure which the bacterial cell have. Few genes are present on the plasmid, and they are self-replicating and independent of the bacterial other chromosome. So some certain plasmids are resistant to the antibiotics. This is the function of the plasmid, which help bacteria to resistant to the antibiotics. And when their genes form their product, which is the enzymes, then these enzyme, what do they do? These enzymes destroy the disinfectants or antibiotics which is used to destroy them, but in turn enzymes or the genes produced by the plasmid, they destroy these chemicals and help bacteria to protect against the antibiotics. And the other some plasmids are used for the cleaning of the oil, and also for the formation of the production of the protein from the petroleum. And the other function of the one more type of the plasmid, what do they do? The certain plasmid, they are integrated into the DNA, and this is known as episomes. So these are the special type of the plasmids. Most important structure of the bacterial is the spores and cysts. They are the most important structure, as they are produced for the bacterial cell to be resistant from the unfavorable conditions. These are the resistant bodies which are produced inside bacteria as well as outside the bacteria. If it is produced inside the bacteria, it is known as endospores, and if it is produced outside the bacterial cell, it is known as exospores. For example of the Bacillum and the Clostridium. In this type of bacteria, Bacillum and Clostridium, these species, they resist the heat, desiccation, radiation, these conditions which are the unfavorable for the growth. So in these species, Clostridium and Bacillum, these bacteria produces the spores, and when favorable condition comes, unfavorable condition passed out, they again come germinate and produces the new cells. There is one type of Azobacter bacteria, which is the that bacteria in which the whole cell develop into a thick walled cell structure, which is known as the cyst. So there is a differentiation between the cyst and the spores. Spores are the bodies which are produced inside or outside the cell, but cysts are the this whole cell whole cell converted into thick walled cell, which is known as cyst. And the same function, cyst resist or protect the bacterial cell from the unfavorable condition, and when the favorable condition comes out, they turn into germinated into the new type of new cells. last component of the structure of bacteria is the gas vacuoles. As their name shows, they are present in the aquatic species. They have the gas vacuoles. Gas is filled inside the vacuole cells, and they help for the buoyancy of the aquatic species. They are hollow, rigid, cylindrical form of the structures. They are present, and they have the boundaries, which is protein boundaries, and they are impermeable to many compounds, impermeable to water, and in this way they help out for the buoyancy of the bacterial cells. And some are that the gas vacuoles in which the gas is dissolved in the boundary of the bacterial cell, and they comes inside, and they become they become fluffy and round rigid structure, and in this way these gas vacuoles help bacteria for their buoyancy and the movement. This is the diagram of the bacteria. It is showing all of the structures of the bacteria. As you see, this is the cell wall, which is outside structure, outside boundary of the bacterial cell. Then comes the cell membrane, which is inside the cell wall. The third structure is the cytoplasm, which is the living matter of the bacterial cell. This is cytoplasm, liquid matter or living matter of the bacterial cell. These are the pili, which are the extension of the cells, which we have studied, that help for the reproduction and as well other structure attachment of the cell to substrate and other things. These are the plasmids. Plasmids are the ring-like structure, ring-like chromosome DNA molecules which are present other than the nucleus, its nucleide region. Ribosomes are the small granule-like structures, and these are freely this one and this one, these are freely present in the cytoplasms. And this inside, this is the nuclear region in which the chromosome structure is condensed or concentrated, and this is known as nuclear region. And this one, the is a thread-like structure which is outside the bacterial cell. It is the flagella. So I hope it will be helpful for you. Thank you so much for coming on my channel. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment, and don't forget to follow me on my Instagram. Bye bye. Allah Hafiz. This is the diagram of the bacteria. It is showing all of the structures of the bacteria. As you see, this is the cell wall, which is outside structure, outside boundary of the bacterial cell. Then comes the cell membrane, which is inside the cell wall. The third structure is the cytoplasm, which is the living matter of the bacterial cell. This is cytoplasm, liquid matter or living matter of the bacterial cell. These are the pili, which are the extension of the cells, which we have studied, that help for the reproduction and as well other structure attachment of the cell to substrate and other things. These are the plasmids. Plasmids are the ring-like structure, ring-like chromosome DNA molecules which are present other than the nucleus, its nucleide region. Ribosomes are the small granule-like structures, and these are freely this one and this one, these are freely present in the cytoplasms. And this inside, this is the nuclear region in which the chromosome structure is condensed or concentrated, and this is known as nuclear region. And this one, the is a thread-like structure which is outside the bacterial cell. It is the flagella. So I hope it will be helpful for you. Thank you so much for coming on my channel. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment, and don't forget to follow me on my Instagram. Bye bye. Allah Hafiz.